you see, this was the latest poll, by the way, August 7th, has Harris up 2 from The Economist / YouGov. But if we actually look, I mean, this is not.
This is something, by the way, everyone, that you're not going to get from the average channel. You've got to look into the raw data.
Right. You have to actually
look at the raw data, then you get a different picture.
Yeah, generally, you look at, now, YouGov is generally okay, isn't it? YouGov is okay.
It's been good in the past. It's been a little bit shaky lately.
This one has been, I want to see where they talk about here. This is what you need to look at. It's all the way on page 133.
Lie by omission.
Yeah. Respondents were selected from YouGov's opt-in panel to be representative of U.S. citizens. It was 1,800 people, 161 of which were deleted due to breakoffs. 30 were removed for interview completion time under 5 minutes. So if they voted too fast, they were removed. The sample selection was also weighted according to gender, age, race, and education. 2020 election turnout. So it was only 1,400 registered voters. It's nobody.
So it's 2020 election turnout weighting. Of course, they're going to oversample people that are on the left because 82 million votes, 82 million scoops of ice cream and shit like that. This is why I've told people for the next couple of weeks, do not bother paying attention to the polls. We'll talk about them, but they're not really meaningful.
Yeah, when you're talking about opt-in polling,
that's the funniest thing I've heard all year.
Who do you think does that? Like, who do you think? And by the way, it was also
partisans.
Okay, so here's another funny thing. What was the poll? 2% in favor of Harris, right? At the time, this poll was 33% Democrats and 31% Republicans. Interesting that that gap is also 2%. So the gap is because they surveyed 2% more Democrats. This poll is useless.
It shouldn't even be on the aggregate on RCP.
No.
Like it's an oversight that it's even being aggregated. And this is not the only example. But people don't have the time to go, unless they do political analysis like you and I do. They don't really have the time to go into the actual polling methodology. And so they just see like, oh, it's a 51 versus 49 or something like that on the poll. But they don't go any deeper into the aggregate because they don't have the time to do that. They've got work to do and shit like that. They watch us.
Yeah. And journalists.
Or unfortunately, CNN.
Yeah. And CNN just looks at the top line and says, oh, Harris leading a new poll. It's like, yes.
She's ahead by 6 points in the state of Iowa.
Right. You did a poll of 100 people, of which you admit 52 of them were Democrats to 48 of them were Republicans. And the findings of your poll were that 52 Democrats out of 100 liked Kamala. Like, yeah, no kidding.
No shit.
Yeah. What is
you
the
mean
findings?
Democrats prefer the Democratic candidate? Where have I been all these years?
Yeah, wow. I mean, polls are everything. I can't believe. By the way, I want to shout out, if I can, a quick shout out to sponsor Be Naked, Styx. If you're one of those people who use the phrase toxic masculinity because you're intimidated by real men who embrace their primal instincts, you should probably turn off this ad right now, literally. As a man, you're the rock people depend on, a shoulder to cry on, a fighter, a lover, a protector of many. What we at Rumble created Be Naked as a brand that celebrates manhood and champions masculinity, men with real balls that share our enthusiasm for clean, non-woke, and agenda-free products dedicated to helping you dominate every challenge life throws at you. Because we all know that life will always test us, push us, challenge us. So when life kicks you and you need to kick back harder, you need to tap into that primal strength. This is why you need our supplement, Naked Organs. Our signature product will help you unleash your inner beast. Naked Organs comes from the purest, strongest animals on Earth, the fearless bison. It's nature's multivitamin powerhouse, delivering endless energy, regulating hormone health, boosting testosterone, enhancing muscle recovery with natural creatine. Go to Be Naked right now and pick up some naked organs to embrace your manhood. That's benaked.com/studio and use code STUDIO. Save 15% on your first subscription order. Celebrate being a man, getting healthy, living naked, and putting your hard-earned dollars towards supporting freedom-loving creators like me on Rumble, not the woke mob. It's actually a good product. I checked it out when I was at the RNC. The name is kind of funny to read in an ad read, but it's all legit stuff.
I would be naked right now, but
I know you would.
I don't want to inspire bulimia in our audience. So,
Cultivated Mind, your extracts are on standby, Jeremy, ready to send your way. I resent the email to bump it in top just in case it gets lost. Thanks, brother. I will cultivate my mind with your shrooms. I will reply later today. Yeah,
mushroom pills. Oh, I take one every morning. It really does work. Anecdotally, I can say no more. Disclaimer.
Love it. Razzle Dazzle roasted. Arizonians don't care about McCain. We have parks and stuff named after Barry Goldwater and Rose Mofford, but nothing at all for McCain. Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, thank you everyone for your super chats and Rumble rants. They're extremely helpful, extremely important to the stream's long-term viability. It helps us sustain paying staff like Styx because every stream we do is demonetized. By the way, I am joined today by Styxhexenhammer, who joins me on Mondays and Wednesdays every week and has his own channel, which is linked in the description down below. He also streams most days around 11 Eastern on Rumble and YouTube and everywhere else. And you should definitely tune in to Styx to learn about stuff like polls and other news. He put out a great video this morning. I have to give a shout out on the 3 things Trump must do to defeat Kamala Harris. I thought it was extremely
important. Very important.
Yeah, I thought it was very well thought out. I thought it was all very important stuff. And so if you haven't seen that, you should watch it, and then you should subscribe or follow his channel. He doesn't care if you watch on YouTube or Rumble or wherever you want.
Send a passenger pigeon to Donald Trump.
Yeah. Send a passenger pigeon to Donald Trump about his most recent video. It is very helpful stuff.